Hello, I'm Paul Cunningham, Chief Information Security Officer for the Department of Veterans Affairs, and your moderator for cybersecurity careers in the federal workforce. In today's episode, we'll hear from cybersecurity professionals from across the federal government. Here are just a few of the responses to the questions I asked them. How did you become interested in a career in cybersecurity?
I don't think my path to a career in cybersecurity was particularly straight or narrow. It started out in my federal career as a nuclear engineer, and I often tell the story that I spent 10 years in nuclear power and the last 25 or 26 or so in the world of IT, trying to find the same level of discipline and rigor. So cybersecurity was always kind of something that was building towards me in my career. But the path was just understanding how acquisitions were done, how weapon systems were developed, and seeing cybersecurity as a key component and delivering those capabilities in a secure fashion and reliably.
I came to cybersecurity through a somewhat circuitous path. I spent the first part of my federal career working for the Foreign Service, and my educational background is all in foreign policy. So as I got further into embassy operations, I became a secure communications officer and focused on the IT systems and communication systems that we use to securely communicate and data security in a globally distributed environment. And so that information assurance work gradually led into increasing roles related to cybersecurity, first in the Foreign Service community and then eventually in the intelligence community. So I really did learn on the job in the federal government throughout my career.
I literally stumbled into this path. I spent 32 years in the United States Marine Corps as an infantry and force reconnaissance officer, and was very well astute and had great tactical and strategic acumen in the warfighting domains, the physical warfighting domains. When I retired, I knew I wanted to do something new. I knew cyber was a field that offered endless opportunities. So I took a introductory level job at U.S. Cyber Command at Fort Meade. And within just a few short months, I made a name for myself doing defensive cyberspace operations, which is warfighting in the cyberspace domain. I went back to school. I got a master's degree. And with that, I pursued cybersecurity opportunities, and I landed with Department of Energy 2 years ago as a director of cybersecurity compliance and oversight. It's been a heck of a journey. It was never planned, but I certainly found my passion for it, and I'm enjoying every day.
For me, it was a natural progression of my career. I started in information technology, doing things like desktop configuration, server configuration, building networks, worked on telecom switches. So cyber was just the next step.
I've worked in IT for over 35 years, but after 9/11, I really wanted to do more that would protect my country by protecting the facilities and the information systems that we rely on. Since 2006, I've been in a cybersecurity position to implement and sustain Homeland Security Presidential Directive 12. Identity management, which is part of that directive, is a critical cybersecurity pillar. And we now know who is entering our facilities and who can access our federal networks and systems.
My interest in IT and cyber actually started back probably like most people's did. The first time they ever picked up a PlayStation or a game system like that. You wanted to know how it worked. You wanted to know how all the different components work together. And then you want to know how can you protect it. I started doing signal operations in the Army. I've been doing that for over 20 years. And we were always talking about encryption and safety and how do we keep our stuff secure from people listening that we don't want to hear it or see it. And it just naturally progressed into that for everything else. Cybersecurity is just something that's just really integral to what we do every day, even though we don't think about it. So that always interests me.
What's one piece of advice you'd give someone exploring a career in cybersecurity?
The one piece of advice I would offer is start now. The sooner you begin this journey, the further you can advance your career over time. Find a mentor and then become a mentor.
The one piece of advice I would give somebody exploring the field of cybersecurity is follow what interests you and then find the position that fits that interest. And you'll be able to develop and grow into something that really is building a solid foundation on what it is that you enjoy in this field.
With cybersecurity expanding across many various areas, I would definitely say to explore detail opportunities Or if you're able to volunteer for joint projects that will allow you the exposure for cybersecurity, definitely go for it.
I would say to be open-minded about cybersecurity. A lot of people think that this is just a technical function that just technical people can do. And there's a realization that cybersecurity affects every discipline, every single one. And so my background in international affairs is absolutely relevant. Cybersecurity is now a part of all of our diplomatic dialogue with our foreign partners. So whatever career field you might be in, there is a cybersecurity nexus for that field. And because cyber is so important in underpinning everything, I think having that knowledge adjacent to maybe your major field of focus is a great blended skill set.
Actually, my advice would be for them to get a really good working knowledge of information technology first. Although you can move into the cybersecurity field from many other disciplines, I would say that from my personal experience, I found it very useful to already have a firm grasp and experience in information technology before I tried to apply cybersecurity.
What's the best part of your job?
The best part of my day is the collaboration and the problem solving. There is rarely will you encounter the same problem set. And so there are a number of times when you have to bring in different folks from different teams, whether that be the business owner or the mission owner, or someone from a service that you rely on to implement your system or product. And being able to work across those teams with everybody kind of working towards the same goal, with the same goal in mind, and trying to get to the root of a new and interesting problem, working with great people to do it is the best part of my day.
The best part of working in my job in cybersecurity is that I get to work with a team of people that are all working toward a common goal. We all want to work together to make the country secure. And as others have said, it's not just within your own agency. This is a common goal across the government. So there's this huge community of people who have this same passion and this same excitement about doing this job. There are always new challenges to solve, and there are many opportunities, again, to collaborate and learn and mentor and help each other along the way.
I think by far the best part of the job is the people, and being able to work with such a diverse and inclusive crowd. Not only the people that work directly with me, but again, working with the business owners, the mission owners, and really understanding what they're facing day to day, and then being able to communicate the cybersecurity imperatives associated with making sure their mission goes off the way they expect it to. So it's about the people, and it's about the ability to touch so many different mission areas and be involved in making sure that those missions work and that we're able to deliver the services to the American people, and in my particular case, help secure the homeland.
There you have it. One quick look into cybersecurity across the federal government. Thank you to all who participated in this video production. In some way, we are all cybersecurity professionals, both at work and at home. I encourage all of you to do your part and be cyber smart. Thank you.